All right, it is 12:01. Welcome to the Boston Pizza Oil Stream. Boston Pizza, where every day in January is Pasta Tuesday. We'll be somewhere for lunch later in the month. Going to be locking that one in still. Be our late January on location. And then Tommy obviously has got some pre and posts as well. Tomorrow. And then
17th.
Yeah. So tomorrow is at Clairview. 17th is at the West End.
Yes, sir.
Westgate 170th. So you'll be able to find the boys there on Saturday and tomorrow nights for that Nashville game. Tom would be setting up shop at Clairview. What do you be giving away at Clairview? What do you usually get up to?
So there's like a Molson prize pack. Usually it's like a T-shirt, a pint glass, and like a toque or a hat or something like that in the first intermission. Same thing in the second intermission. And then at Clairview, at the end of the game, the grand prize is a pair of tickets to an Oilers game, which is great.
So that's nice.
Yeah, they do an awesome job there. And then when we're at Westgate or 170th, there's a little bit more like Tony will throw in some GCs and stuff like that. And then he always has like a pile of T-shirts and hats that he throws in. And then at the end of the night, it's like a jacket or a jersey or something, depending if there's like football leftovers and stuff like that. So different and both very good and a lot of fun and a good chance to win some decent prizing.
Sounds like a pretty good time, no doubt about it. If you're watching over on YouTube today, hammer the thumbs up for us. Feel free to chime in there. And, of course, you can text us at 780-218-9999. Coach Mike texted in a nice little graphic. It says Knobloch deciding what line Kapanen plays on. And then it's, I don't know where it's from, but it's a guy with his finger over like the button.
Yeah.
And one says Popeyes for Dusty. One says Popeyes for the EST crew. And he's sweating. He's wiping his brow.
Right.
Because he's so nervous. Hernan, Kapanen will start with Draisaitl tonight.
Yeah.
Which means we are one game away from the Popeyes bet paying off for old Dusty here with Kapanen. Part of me can't believe it myself. But how are you feeling right now, my man?
Unlucky because Kapanen's on the best stretch of his career. So
it's like 3 games.
he's played well. I mean, I can't sit here and hate on him. He's been that line's been good. I don't see him changing tomorrow, win or lose.
I do.
What?
Yeah.
You're still holding out hope, eh?
Sure.
Man, okay, why? How?
Because say they lose 3-2 in overtime.
Okay.
But Draisaitl's line has a goal. They're not scoring. Why would he split that line up? Right?
But say they
He
don't.
He won't split them up.
And I can't see them losing to this team. Look at their line.
I think they're going to beat the Hawks tonight.
Yeah.
I don't know how the Hawks aren't a tire fire with the roster you're looking at.
We said that about the LA Kings on Saturday.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, the Kings are better than the Hawks, though.
This would be, though, like the longest Knobloch's gone with the same top
six.
Isn't that crazy?
Definitely this year. I'm trying to think, like, when was the last time we saw him leave a top 6 like this together? That's why it's such a stunning result.
What I'm hoping for is an injury.
Oh man, you're a horrible person.
I'm kidding. I mean, Tommy, all we got to hope for is that line stinks tonight and they lose. Seriously, that's the only way he's
I'm not
off the line.
hoping for that. I think either way, the gift of Popeyes will be bestowed upon someone or many of us on Wednesday, and I think it's all in good fun. The amount of interaction it has created and discussion has been wonderful.
I do feel the Oilers are in on it too.
You think so? You think I reached out?
They watch, right?
Yeah.
We clipped that part when we made the bet, and
yes, we did.
Well, I did text off and say, hey, if you could force Knobloch to play Kapanen with Draisaitl for the next 4 games.
And then he immediately replied with, "Oh, the Popeyes bet."
He's good. Yeah,
We've been
exactly.
talking about this.
So what's going to happen is you're going to see on Wednesday, I'm going to be standing here. I'm going to throw one piece of bone-in chicken down to Stoff outside the window. This is for you, Stoff. And I'll throw it to him.
Yeah.
He'll love it.
It's you know what, good for the Oilers because it seems like they found a good second line.
Yeah.
I still let's say he's on the line tomorrow, and I think Tommy's going to agree with me. He won't last the season.
Nobody's going to say that he's going to last. I wouldn't even say he's going to last the season.
Like he's going to go on a cold streak here soon, and then he's out of the top 6. But it's unfortunate.
There's nobody like the only option is Roslovic, and they need Roslovic to play center,
which is wild because he's not a centerman.
Yeah,
exactly. I know. It's not like he's awesome at center.
Yeah, but this just in. There's nobody in their bottom 6 who's awesome at center. Right? Obviously, the coach likes Roslovic there. I think Kapanen might get a little bit of a longer run than you're thinking. I think what might happen is he's allowed to have a bad game or two, and they might still leave him there.
Yeah, I don't think it's one loss or one bad game and you're out. That's why I think you got this in the bag. Sorry.
Amazing. Probably a spicy chicken sandwich, I think.
That's my teammate over there giving up
Cajun mashed
2
potatoes and
games
gravy.
too early.
No, 1 game now. This game's already in the books.
Yeah.
He's already been locked in. Lines have been tweeted.
And tomorrow we won't get lines until
Till game time. You're right.
Oh,
Oh, man.
spicy.
We're stressing all day. You're right. Hampton Steve texts in and says the only way Kapanen isn't playing with Draisaitl tomorrow is if Kapanen gets hurt or the Oilers struggle offensively and he loads up the big boys against Nashville.
Right.
How are they going to struggle offensively against Chicago?
How did they
tonight,
do
though?
on Saturday? The more I thought about the game, the more I was like, boy, they really blew that.
But they're coming off a loss and Kapanen's still with them. That line was good, though.
That line was good.
That was my thinking. If they lose Saturday, he'll switch the lines for Chicago, but he didn't. And then, like, the media was praising that second line after that, even though they lost, because they were the best line that night.
Yep.
Pizza Boy texts in and says Draisaitl is going to take it upon himself to make sure Tommy takes this L.
It's personal now.
Great.
No matter what, Kapanen's with me until at least Tuesday.
Right.
Haji texts in and says, looks like Coach K is coming in for the hangout and some Popeyes in the near future. That would be great.
Big Popeyes.
Hey, I wish we were in a spot where they'd be like, yeah, Knobloch will swing by, have a coffee, and hop on the hangout for 2 hours. He doesn't do that anywhere. Not on right, so like nowhere.
He doesn't even do it for rights
I wish
holders.
the organization would be like, I wish that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Like for people to connect, not us, but like for people to watch something like that and just be like, man, did you hear Knobloch's thoughts on the college football game? Yeah, like that type of stuff.
Yeah,
All
in
he
other
gets
markets,
asked
they
about
do
is
stuff
line
like that.
combinations and shit.
Okay, so one more thing. Let's just say tonight, 18 minutes into the game, and he changes the lines, then I'll have a little bit of hope.
Yeah, that's fair.
Right?
You should have a little bit of hope in that situation.
If he goes like nuclear 18 minutes in, they're down 2-0, for example.
Yeah.
I think that's when I'm going to load up the boys to guarantee the win.
Yeah.
So
Could
that's
happen.
what has to happen.
Could happen.
Because McDavid and Draisaitl are Nashville killers.
They are.
Yeah, they are.
But they killed Nashville last time with Kapanen riding with Draisaitl. Right, that's where this whole thing started.
Yes. Correct.
So
That is correct.
Hernandez just realizing that right now. And he's like, oh, man.
Interesting times.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, if you want to chime in, 780-21. Haji says, just get the lookalike guy. Call him coach for an hour. That would be funny.
That would be great.
We've got fake Knobloch, a fake, yeah.
But we ask him all questions about the Oilers.
Just about the Oilers.
Oh, my goodness.
He gives us just straight up.
Yeah.
Oh, there'd be some idiots that we could confuse by clipping that and putting it out online.
Yeah. Did you see the post? There was this Mike McDaniel post the other day. It was Mike McDaniel came to the Miami Dolphins as the Best Buy Geek Squad, and he left there as like a drug kingpin.
Really?
Yeah, just the way he looked. It was funny. I sent it to Belzy, and he started laughing. He's like, South Beach will get you, man.
Paulie Deuce texting us says, guys, what are your thoughts on Connor Unger down in Baco? 5 games, 5 wins, 953 save percentage, 1.38 goals against average. I did see some people last night on Twitter saying that, hey, they might as well give him a look. It can't hurt. But,
They won't.
I mean, this guy has played 5 career AHL games. I think everybody needs to just pump the brakes slightly.
That's good
Paulie
advice.
Deuce, I appreciate you chiming in because it's a conversation point. But, yeah, I mean, he's played on 3 different ECHL teams this year, spent all of last year in the ECHL, and has had a pretty good run now. I will say in the 3, I mean, I don't really want to use 11 ECHL games here to sort of justify things, but the numbers he had there in the ECHL this year were 944, 945, 944.
Nice.
And now in AHL, he's at 953.
Yep. I don't think that's going to get him called up, though.
No, they got one too many goalies pretty much already.
That's right. I also recall a lot of sentiment for Olivier Rodrigue to get a look, and the whole wouldn't hurt to get him called up. I get it. Like, hopefully he continues to have success and turns himself into more of a blue chip prospect, and then forces the Oilers to have to look at him. Let's see if he could do that, because that's a great problem to have. Here's that Mike McDaniel thing, by the way.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that looks just like it.
Yeah.
He aged a little bit when he was there and
Wow.
started slinging crack.
And he also has curls now, evidently.
And I still want him to be the next offensive coordinator for the Detroit Lions.
Yeah.
I'd
He's
love
a
him to be
thoughtful,
Hey?
creative
Brilliant.
mind.
right? As an OC, I think he's interviewing for 4 of the head coaching positions. So he'll probably get one of those, but
Yeah.
I'd love him as the OC in Detroit. I think that would be a lot of fun. All right, let's go. Let's see here. Where do we go? Let's go Popeyes spicy headlines. Hernan will be back with you. What do you guys got on EST afternoons today, Nan? So who do you got? What's the plan?
We're going to Chicago to talk Blackhawks
'Kay.
with Ben Pope, and then we'll have NFL guests to recap a wacky weekend.
Crazy weekend.
Yeah.
Congratulations to your Niners, my man.
That was a great win.
Yeah, 7.5-point dogs going into
Philly.
No, they're 5.5 going to Philly, 7.5 going into Seattle.
Seattle's going to be extremely
So
tough.
yeah, Seattle will be a tough.
I'm just
game.
happy we get one more week.
And
Yeah, man, for sure.
Losing
Especially
Kittle.
losing Kittle and
That was tough.
yeah, that's
Achilles,
Achilles.
Would you
Yeah.
consider starting Juwan Jennings at quarterback?
What a
he has 2 touchdown passes, both to Christian McCaffrey.
What a play.
Same amount of career passing touchdowns in the playoffs as Justin Herbert,
Jeez.
which is crazy to think. Not a great look for
Give me a
Herbert.
fun show.
All right, there you go. EST Afternoons is coming up from 1 until 3. Reed Wilkins' show will go 3 to 5:30 today. Then Tommy will be back with the GCL Diesel pregame show.
Yep, with Joaquin tonight.
And OK Gager's in tonight.
Yep.
So you, Gager, and Benny.
Correct.
And then postgame to follow as well. Popeyes spicy headlines. Let's just start with the lines for tonight. And there are some changes. Top 6, though, once again, stays the same, as I think it probably, I mean, all bets aside, I do think it probably should stay the same.
It should.
It's been pretty steady. So McDavid with Nugent, Hyman, Draisaitl with Puck-Colson and Kapanen. Roslovic and Savoy will have Mangiapane on their left side. Lazar, Frederick, and Matthias Janmark. Howard will be the odd man out tonight. Mangiapane has been watching from the press box here for a little bit. Tommy, your thoughts of slotting him back in with Roslovic and Savoy?
Maybe just trying to keep him active. I'm a little bit surprised. I didn't think Howard played too bad, but I'm sure we're going to see Howard tomorrow night. I would assume, unless
The
Mangiapane-
back-to-backs?
Yeah, unless Mangiapane.
So if
pops up.
Mangiapane plays well,
I think it's just to kind of keep him.
yeah, but if he plays well, would you leave him in and take Frederick out and then
Yep.
throw
I mean, I would.
Howard in there if you wanted, really?
Sure. Yeah, I would, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. And
Everybody gets to play on a dad's trip, right? Isn't that how it works in the National
Sure.
Hockey League?
Yeah. Well, they only have one extra player right now, so
Yeah. So you probably see him slot in there at some point. What does Mangiapane need to do, though, man? Like, I like do something where we're
offensive.
talking about you, offensive, but do something,
yeah.
right? Like you can't have the type of game where Tommy's hopping on GCL Diesel postgame show tonight, and you're not even mentioning Mangiapane.
Yeah.
Like it's like he wasn't even there.
Be a spark plug.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Do something. Start a scrum around the net. I mean, do something
Create some offensive opportunities.
to make yourself noticeable in some way.
Yep. And make it enticing for other teams to want to pursue you.
Right, there's just motivation, multiple levels, layers of motivation with this guy.
Yeah. And then for those that didn't watch Hello Hockey, we had a great episode on Saturday. Jerome McGinley was excellent. Talked a lot about Olympics and setting up Sidney Crosby on the golden goal. And then Paisan, Dave Pagnotta, had some updates. Just the calls are going around. They haven't been able to land anything.
For Mangiapane?
But there's been some nibbles, yeah.
I wonder if this is something that just drags on towards the deadline even.
He's not, if you were a GM in the NHL and you found out Andrew Mangiapane was available for one more year at $3.6 million, how enticed would you really be? Like, oh, I need to go get that guy? No. More like, do I have holes to fill? Do I have cap space? Do I think he's a better fit here than in Edmonton? Should I bring him in? Perhaps.
You can text us at 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. Emberson will be with Nurse again. Wallman still skated, but not going to go tonight. What do you think of Emberson and Nurse last time?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Better than, I thought Stasny in Winnipeg with Nurse, they put a lot on him, and to move over to the offside where he's picking up the puck off the wall on his backhand, I think it got to him a little bit, even against the Jets team that struggles to create offense and wasn't playing well until a couple games ago. Emberson's just kind of been a steady hand. I mean, he's slotted in, I think, perfectly when he's the third pair right side guy, but I think he can moonlight in the second pair, and we'll see how he handles a decent Chicago offense. Not a lot of star power, but should be okay for tonight. Regula less minutes, less responsibility. I think that's better for him.
That is, it's 100% better
Yeah.
for him. I think if you can shelter him as much as you can, then that is definitely something you should do right now with Regula. All right, if you're over on YouTube, hit us up in the Nasty Chat. We'll get to a few of your comments there. If you're listening on TuneIn or iHeart or at EdmontonSportsTalk.com, you can fire us a text, 780-218-9999. We are doing your Popeyes spicy headlines. Popeyes right now, if you've not had it recently, marinated for 12 hours, hand battered, and more than you could ever fill up. I mean, it's a ridiculous amount of food, and it's all a very good cost. 3-piece right now for $8. 3-piece bone and chicken for $8 at all Popeyes locations. Tristan Jarry getting closer to returning as well, Tommy.
Yeah.
I know people would like to see this Ingram-Jarry pair, but Jarry can still go down, right? Because he hasn't played the
Ingram.
Ingram can still go down. So based on play, he should probably stay, but with the way the contracts are set up, he will be going down when Jarry returns, won't he?
I think so. I mean, we're going to see him play his 7th game tonight, and he has, 10 before he has to be put through waivers?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's the safe play. You kind of kick the situation down the road a little bit and not have to be forced, unless they are so convinced that Calvin Pickard is not as good as Ingram. And I think there's probably a bunch of fans that feel that way, but I've enjoyed and appreciated Calvin Pickard's fight. And I think that's the bit of the dog in him, that he has that natural instinct where nothing's just given to him. He has to kind of fight for it, and he's never guaranteed anything. So I think that's probably what happens if the alternative happens and they do waive Pickard and they think that now's the time to make the move, then okay. But if they want to, they can kind of push it down the road and maybe stretch it out past the Olympic break. I don't know. And then if you go down that road and you send Ingram back down, like, wouldn't he be pissed off? I'm wondering to myself.
Okay, that's a fair question. Like, I don't think so. They're an organization that's given him a chance to get his career back on track.
Yeah.
You've proven to them that until we see more from Tristan Jarry, he might be your best option between the pipes come playoff time.
I disagree. I have not been wowed by Connor Ingram.
Would you start Pickard over him in a playoff game?
Not right now.
But
I'm not fully convinced.
Yeah.
I think Ingram's been steady. I should start with that.
I think he looks a lot better than Pickard, though.
I think he's been steady.
Yeah.
Pickard went 7-1 in the playoffs last year. Like, I don't want to just throw everything out that Pickard has done.
And he's been one of the worst goalies in the league
statistically.
This year, right?
Sure. So is Jordan Binnington. He's our starting goalie for our Olympic team.
I mean, I also think that shouldn't happen.
Yeah, so do I.
I think we need to see more from Tristan Jarry before we figure out what's gonna happen between the pipes, right? Well, how much have we seen of Jarry? 2.5 games? 3 games? Yeah, not much at all. So.
Ultimately, I think it ends up being Jarry and Ingram. I think that's how it plays out.
But I don't think Ingram would be. I think Ingram would understand the situation, right? I've played games. I've played well.
I'll be back.
I'll still. Would he rather go down there and play a bunch of games or just back up Tristan Jarry here? Probably back up Tristan Jarry.
Yeah, I would think so.
But I don't think it's the end of the world when you put in a pretty good stint here in Edmonton. It's not like he's going to go down and the organization's like, well, that experiment's not going to work, right? They're going to say, you know what, we probably want to see a little bit more of that.
Yeah.
So
now, I'll just ask this to our audience. I'll ask it to you. In 6 games, does a .298 goals against average and .892 save percentage convince you that it's 100% Connor Ingram?
Over Pickard?
Yeah.
That number, no, but when I watch them play the position, I do think I would say yes, Ingram's better. Do you know who's only allowed 1 goal in his last 4 starts?
Stu
Skinner.
Yeah.
4 straight starts in Pittsburgh with 1 goal against. Lost the last one, 1-0. but had
Not
won
his fault.
had won the previous 3. So
I think he's the next Devin Dubnyk.
you really do, eh?
Yeah, I root for him.
Yeah.
I'm completely biased. I remember when he got drafted. I remember at rookie camp in Jasper, him and Dylan Wells, we did a sit down by the Athabasca River. I'm like, these are good guys. I hope both of them have success. And obviously Stu in the NHL, Dylan Wells, I think he's still playing over in Europe, but I'm biased towards him, and I want him to have success. I think he got a rough ride here. I think his play wasn't particularly great. Obviously, I think it started to get to him. I want him to be successful. What I don't want to hear is from the people that wanted him out to be like, "Oh, we could have still had Skinner."
Oh,
in 3 years from now, I do not want to hear that.
There's no way people would be like that.
But people did that with Dubnyk.
I can't imagine.
People did that with Dubnyk.
I mean, nobody. Like, I don't know how many fans were sitting here going, "Hang on to Skinner, he's the guy." You know, it'd be a pretty tough look to all of a sudden in a couple of years if he starts to settle in somewhere.
Already.
But it's been a good
I've
2-week
covered
stretch
this damn
here
team.
for Skinner. Yeah.
Good for him. I'm happy for him. And maybe, and like I said, remember when we reported that both guys, Jari and Skinner, wanted to move on and wanted a fresh start somewhere else? It's a mental thing. And maybe the fact that he's in a new market with a new team helps him find his confidence again, elevates his game. I'm rooting for him.
Dylan Wells, by the way, is playing in the ECHL with the Utah Grizzlies.
Nice.
875 save percentage, 410 goals against average. It's been a tough year for him in the East Coast League, but he's still playing professional hockey at the age of 28. Chicago Blackhawks. I see Ben Pope, who is going to be on EST afternoons, coming up between 1 and 3 today with Hernan and Gagers. There's lots of talk this morning about the nastiness of that Blackhawks stomach bug. Crevier said he lost 8 pounds in the last 48 hours. Ooh. Spencer Knight was on the fence about starting on Friday when he said, next thing you know, he's violently vomiting in the bathroom. And that was the answer on who was going to start between the pipes on Friday. So
I'm liking the Otis chance.
Blackhawks trying to, yeah, you would hope.
But this team,
we've said that. How many times have we said after 2 wins in a row, I like their chances tonight?
At least 3 or 4.
And it's
I went through it last game.
Yeah, it just doesn't.
They don't do it.
It doesn't make any sense to me.
But now they're restarting, so maybe they will do it.
Yeah, I would expect they beat Chicago and Nashville, come home and lose to the Islanders.
Yeah, that's
kind
of what will happen.
What's been happening pretty much the entire season so far with this team. As for the game, Tom, you think they got that no goal call right?
No. Okay, I should properly describe my feelings towards it. I think that should be a goal in the NHL.
Okay.
But because of how goalie interference is called and interpreted now, I knew it would not stand. Off the top of the show post game the other night, I was like, that's not a goal. You know, you knew it wasn't going to stand. And then the more it played on my TV in my home studio, and I was watching it, and the more I watched it, I'm like, this is stupid. Like, why are we like this in the NHL? And I got angry. I kind of got irritated and angry. I'm like, that should have been a goal. So I think it should have been a goal, but with the way goalie interference is called lately in the last 6-7 years, I get why it wasn't, but it still makes me angry. And Joaquin said it really well this morning. Goalies have become soft in the NHL. They don't have to fight for their ice. I know the crease is theirs, but there's no battle. Anything and everything that happens in the crease or around the crease, they flop around and they complain. There was a goal, I can't remember if it was an Oiler game, where, I think it was an Oiler game where, I can't remember which team it was, but the goalie tried to catch the puck and his stick the stick interfered with his glove and didn't allow him to catch it. Was it the Winnipeg game I'm thinking of? Hellebuck? No, it wasn't. Anyway, and it was outside the crease, so the goal stood.
Yeah.
But he got up. He's like, no goal, no goal. Touch my glove. It's gotten so soft. It just frustrates me. Anyway, thanks for asking.
This morning of the show, I said I fully admit it's kind of a homer take. But, I mean, McDavid, if he's not contacted, is trying to swoop across the crease, right?
Yep.
And it wasn't like the goaltender didn't get involved in some of the contact as well, like by reaching out into his skates.
He's trying to save it, right? I
Right,
know what he's
like-
doing, yeah.
And then the full force of McDavid going into the net was 100% a push from the back.
Well, he made contact first, and then Doughty knocked him into.
Yeah, but
Forsberg.
how much of the contact was down at his feet and how much was up a little bit higher,
Well,
right?
Doughty
Like,
just like.
Doughty finished him into the goalie, right? So
And then he
I thought there was an
clipped
outside
Forsberg's
chance.
head.
Somebody said this morning that they were watching the Kings broadcast, and the Kings broadcasters were, right before they announced it as no goal, the Kings broadcasters said, well, we think this is probably going to count.
Yeah.
And then it didn't count. So
Because Jim Fox isn't an idiot, and he remembers when hockey you had to fight for your ice, and that's when he played for the Kings. He knows.
all right, 780-218-9999. Outside of that game, what else you take away from that one, Tommy?
Edmonton's lack of killer instinct in that game, and Murray talked about it on the hangout. It's like, yeah, but LA plays that game where they wait you out and they grind you down. They do, absolutely. Murray's right, but like they're playing 3-4 with travel. They got their asses kicked the night before in Winnipeg. They're playing their backup goalie. They got Corey Perry back. He scored a good heads-up goal like Corey Perry does around the net. But why are you letting them take the game to you? It just seemed like the Oilers couldn't
couldn't
put the pedal to the
I was
metal
talking with
in
her,
that
and he's
game.
like, I didn't hate the way they played, but I said, yeah, but they didn't take over the game, right? They sort of just navigated their way through that game.
They're very comfortable.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, we'll probably win this game. No.
Lacking a sense of urgency in that game, right?
Dirty Don, thank you via the inbox. That was at World Juniors. George trying to catch his glove was outside the crease. Yes.
That's where it was.
Thank
That's
you
right.
for that. And it was like, no, dude, like you were outside the crease. Like that's not your ice.
Baggio texts in and says, if the call on the ice was a goal, it would have counted even with the review.
Because they would have to go back to what the call on the ice was. But does that tell us where the officials are at now, where they wave it off immediately like that?
Rather go take a peek at it?
Yeah,
So
just
they
whistle
just,
it down instead of just. Can you just whistle it down, and then the booth review comes in and they call down and say, hey, we got to review it, and then there was no call on the ice, just a whistle. I guess technically that'd be no goal then, right? Still,
Yeah.
uphill battle.
Stupid Peter texts in and says, the ongoing issue with this team is the back end's inability to efficiently move the puck. There's been a lot of talk about that, right?
Yeah, I'm not going to argue with Stupid Peter on that one. That's fair.
Well, maybe they're looking to analytically drive a few things moving forward. So let's get to that. The Edmonton Oilers today posting on Twitter,
Yeah.
and I'm assuming their other social media feeds, our hockey analytics and technology team is growing. The Oilers are recruiting for 3 roles. Senior data, not analyst, a senior data scientist. Cannot wait to see who that guy is. And then a hockey data engineer.
Okay.
And a full stack developer to help build the leading edge hockey insights. I'm going to click on these job descriptions here. Let's see. Senior data scientist. About the role. As a senior data scientist in the Hockey Analytics and Technology Group, you'll play a pivotal role in developing advanced machine learning models that provide actionable insights for executives, scouts, and coaches. This role will leverage large-scale historical data sets in player tracking, game events, and scouting reports to create these models where the only constraint is your creativity. You will work on cloud platforms and Databricks to perform R&D, build scalable data science pipelines, and deploy your machine learning models. You'll also collaborate with the larger team to create compelling end products for our internal web application using the outputs you've created. The successful candidate will be knowledgeable practitioner in MLOps via MLflow for managing machine learning workflows. A deep understanding of ML algorithms, high-dimensional data, and experience and rapid development of prototypes will be critical. I'm out. I can barely read through the job description.
Yep. Sounds like a bunch of nonsense to me, but
can you imagine flying here, like coming to the year 2026 as a hockey fan from the 80s and seeing job description for the Edmonton Oilers? Oh, wow. What's that? And then you read that and you go, what the hell is going on right now?
And you walk out in disgust and be like, really?
Send me back to the 80s, my man.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see. I don't know, Tommy. What do you make of all this? So that's the senior data scientist, and then the hockey data engineer as well.
What it is to support Parkati and Zrim, Michael Parkati and Dominic Zrim. I think they were spearheading this.
So a two-man team right now.
Yeah, and just adding more firepower and manpower to information. Which, you know what, man, information and knowledge is power, and if you have models and a database and you can utilize that, maybe it helps. How much it actually will help on the ice and translate to what happens on the ice, I don't know. But I think having as much information as possible is very important. So we'll see. I don't know. These sound like entry level, but I think there's going to be a lot of people.
Entry level? My God.
I think, well, you're going to be working below Parkati and Dominic Zrim. So
yeah,
I think these are going to be support roles, from my understanding. And some people are chomping at the bit for that.
And then a full stack developer is the third thing they're hiring. I have no idea what that is. Dr. John texts in and says, I'm qualified for the senior data scientist role. If I get it, I'll be your EST anonymous source. That'd be good. An analytics source.
Add to the list.
Yeah,
that'd be great.
Analytics source in the house. Riding the Pine over on YouTube says, is there a post for a third line center?
Touche. Well played.
Oh, that's pretty good. What are you going to say, Tommy?
I'm glad. What I'm encouraged by is that they're willing to invest in the hockey operations side. They have as much money as the team makes. They have a budget. And they have been accused of being cheap.
Really?
By others.
And what they're willing to pay for these jobs?
Well, they scrimp out on stuff. And this is not my words. This is coming from others that worked for them and have moved on to other organizations. Some people internally have said this, that they have pulled up, like they've yanked the reins on spending on the hockey ops side. So this, to me, is a good sign that they're willing to spend a little bit more and add and grow.
The rookie says, hopefully it helps with their pro scouting. Well, it's supposed to help with all that. Yeah.
The rookie, thank you for bringing that up, the rookie, because I was going to say, like, the pro scouting department.
But how much would they have lied on Parkati in that department for the Frederick deal? Like, would they have looked at all the underlying numbers on Frederick and gone,
I'm sure.
And the analytical team was like, yes, we think this is solid math.
I'm sure they would.
Because that's an all-time backfire.
Well, yes. I'm sure
somebody in the organization had to say, this is a horrible idea. Right?
I would hope so. But yeah, whether I'm sure any player that Jackson and Stan Bowman are looking at potentially and have on their big board in their offices as potential targets, Parkati has a couple of sheets of information on them and shows the underlying numbers. Now, whether or not those are used, it's up to the guys calling the shots. But I guarantee you that those guys are doing their homework, providing the information to the higher ups, and then how they interpret it or utilize it, if at all, it's up to them. But I like that they're willing to invest in making sure that they don't leave any stone unturned.
Do you think they reach out to others online already who are running some of these hockey?
I don't know. I'm
analytical websites.
I'm sure these guys have
Parkati must know some people, right?
Yeah, I'm sure they do. You could make the joke about like the loudmouth analytics guys on social media applying. That's funny.
I'm sure some of them probably will.
The loudest, most obnoxious guys have been hired.
Dello.
Well, I actually like Dello.
Yeah, he was pretty annoying on Twitter though.
Yes. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But that's how they got attention, is the squeaky wheel getting the grease. But people valued the information and analysis provided, and now he's assistant GM in Carolina. But there are a few that are pretty sharp, and then others are just a-holes that come up with weird stats and argue until the cows come home.
It's funny seeing these types of posts in a market that is so full of analytical folks.
This is kind of where it really took off, right?
I mean, I wasn't in other markets, but I know that it seemed to be pretty more hardcore here than other places.
Well, this is a very hardcore market regardless. It's a very passionate market.
Mike from Calgary says, with signings like Frederick, who needs an analytical department? Yeah.
Can someone pass along his war chart from 22-23 and let me know?
You know what? It
If we
probably
already
looks
knew.
spectacular. And that's why they're like, well, look what this guy's done in the past.
Yeah.
Outside of the fact that he can't get the places he needs to get to in 2026 or 27 or 28 or 29 or 30 or 31 or 32.
If you need a war chart to tell you that he's a step behind everything, yikes.
All right, let's dive into your Play Alberta numbers game. And just a couple of quick things. We've been populating our EST specials page over at playalberta.ca. So we'll take a quick peek on that. Then we're going to dive into Leon Draisaitl a little bit. So here's what we've got up so far. Early bird bet today, Oilers to win, McDavid 2 points, plus 175. Oh, also the Lakers to win in that one. The lock shop partner parlay, Texans to win, Kenneth Gainwell 5+ receptions, Woody Marks 54+ rushing yards, and Dalton Schultz 41 or more receiving yards, plus 370. Oilers to win, Wild to win, Habs to win tonight, plus 310. I have to say that's another lock shop NHL partner parlay. I think I like the plus 310 on those 3 NHL games more than I like the plus 370 on the 4-legger in the Monday nighter. And then the grandest parlay from the DJ and Den over on our Discord channel. Cole Caulfield point, Kucherov, who's been on an absolute tear.
Yeah.
2 points. Connor McDavid 3 shots on goal or more, and Borussia Dortmund to win at plus 460. Glue Guys play of the day will still be coming. The Screw It, Let's Do It from EST Afternoons will still be coming as well. Were you dabbling in wildcard weekend over
Buddy,
the
I dabbled a lot.
You're just sprinkling all over the place, eh?
Yeah, but I'm not going crazy. Somebody texted in, they're like, I'm worried that you're not using your game sense. Look, I'm putting down $5 bets here.
Yeah, Tommy's not betting 5.
No.
You're not putting, what do they call it? 5 dimes?
Is that what is
I don't know.
big ones?
I don't know what it is. 5 bills?
I'm up. Like, I'm up.
There you go.
You know how people never say that they're down, they only tell you about
Yeah.
your wins? Like, I've lost a lot, but it's like $5 increments. And then when I win, it more than makes up for the losses. So I'm up right now, which is great. Hopefully that continues.
I'd love to hear it.
But let me just go look at what I did. I put in, and I dabbled in my own parlays yesterday.
Yeah.
I did a couple. I won one.
NHLers?
No, NFL. I just did.
NFL. Okay,
I did
yeah.
wild card weekend. Yeah. See, congratulations, you won $77.
Look at this guy.
Yeah.
Opens up the account, boom, just like that.
I like when they do that.
Yeah, it's nice when you get the pop-up. Yeah.
That's great. Okay, my bets. Like, I'll just, as an aside, I'll show you. So I did my own. I had a free bet. I took this one. I got my ass kicked on. It was the Chargers New England game. I took the over on 46.5 points.
Oh yeah, that's tough.
Clearly, Drake May over 1.5 touchdowns. Drake May over 22.5 yards rushing. I think he did go over by far. Herbert, I took under 30.5, which was stupid. I was
Pass attempts?
No, rushing yards.
Oh, rushing yards.
He was way
okay,
over, and especially late in the game.
yeah.
I mean, he had 9 yards on the first possession. I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm screwed. And then I took Drake May over 235.
It adds a little bit of a wrinkle to watching the game, doesn't it?
It adds a lot. And then in the San Fran Eagles game, I took over 45.5 points. McCaffrey under 5.5 receptions. He had 6.
He had 6 right on the nose.
Yeah. And then Saquon over 81.5 yards. Well over. He had a 100-yard game.
Yeah.
And then Jalen Hurts under 2 touchdowns or 1.5 touchdowns, which was right. So basically, McCaffrey screwed me.
Yeah.
Because the over hit too, I think. Or did it?
What was the what was the
45.5. I can't remember the final score.
Yeah, that would have. Well,
It was 23-19?
yeah, it was 23-19.
Okay,
so
so
that would have been.
I just missed it. Yeah. And then I did a straight up money line picks. Just threw down $5. Bills over the Jags.
Yeah.
Niners over the Eagles. Chargers or Pats over the Chargers, and I won that one.
Oh, there you go. That's a good
And then
one.
what was the other
Niners
one
over the
I-
Eagles would add some good value to that.
Yeah, and then the other one I won. I went Packers at Bears, DeAndre Swift, anytime TD, and then 46 over 46 and Bears to win, and I won that one. That was my weekend.
Tommy, you're this close to hosting the lock shop one day.
No, there's like 5 guys ahead of me.
I know, but you're betting so much. I feel like you're gonna
It's
get in
fun.
there. It is fun.
And then your play of the day, if McDavid got that goal or just another point, that would have hit. That would have been a nice one too.
On Saturday there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucked.
I was afraid of jumping in, like I'm betting, but
Yeah.
it does draw you into the game. But again, like the game sense thing, very real. Like I'm spending $5 a bet.
Yeah, I still have some issues when I start winning
And you
to increasing the
Yeah.
bets a little bit, which usually makes me not win as often because I get a little carried away.
Yeah.
So I got to remember to focus on using my game sense a little bit more.
That's natural.
All right, it is the numbers game. Anyway, all those available on the EST specials page. Play Alberta, obviously, title sponsor of everything we do here at EST. It is the oil stream brought to you by Boston Pizza, where every single day in January is Pasta Tuesday. Leon Draisaitl honored on Saturday for his 1,000 points. What did you think of the ceremony?
Very well done. Very well done.
Yeah, I thought it was just enough time, right? Like,
Yeah. No speeches or anything like that. Very good. You kept it neat and tidy. The Kings were out there for it. The dog, I love the dogs. I'm like, oh, that's
they
what
love their dogs, eh?
buddy. Dogs burrow into your heart, and my parents' dog that my brothers and I got for them a couple Christmases ago. She's a Cavapoo, but I'm 100% sure she was the runt of the litter because she has like a sideways jaw with an underbite, and her hair is all scraggly, and she's red, and the rest of the litter was like this beautiful gold and black mix with a couple of nice brown ones like Bowie there.
Yeah.
And my mom wanted a Cavapoo because of that damn dog. And so we
Really?
got her
That
one,
was the main reason.
But they ended up with Penny, who's this like obscure rat that all she does is love you and begs for attention. I thought it was a great ceremony. I thought they handled it very well. And then we're going to get a Nugent Hopkins ceremony for his 1,000th game. And again, the plan for Nugent Hopkins is the day of the game, or the game that he hits the 1,000th is the planned celebration.
Yeah.
So the 18th, as of right now, knock on wood, he stays healthy and plays in that game.
I didn't know that your parents' dog was like a hybrid,
Well, she
like
is-
a test subject.
She's a Cavapoo, but I remember I went to the rescue place to pick her up.
Yeah.
And because my one brother was living in...
Was there other options?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. My brother was still living in Vancouver before he moved to Calgary. It was he went and found them, and she got rescued from a puppy mill. And then Paulie was at that big air event at Commonwealth.
Okay, yeah,
So
yeah.
I
Oh,
drove
yeah.
to Wabamun to go see where the shelter where they had this litter. And there was like her, Penny,
Yeah.
and then like 2 other ones from her litter that
Okay.
were like beautiful, like perfect Cavapoos. And my brothers are like, yeah, get that copper one. And I was like, okay. And I showed up, and the lady was holding her in a blanket, and the Penny was shivering and drooling. And I was like, what's wrong with this dog? And the lady goes, well, she was neglected. The puppy mill wasn't a particularly good place. And then she had a couple kennels in this big, it was like a farm that she had her in acreage. And she goes, that's from her litter. That's her brother. That's her sister. That's her brother. And they were all like panting, like trying to get your attention, like really cute puppies. And I'm looking at this thing, and there's drool all over Penny, and she's
Her jaw's hanging off the side.
And I look at the lady. I'm like, can she walk around? And she goes,
She walk.
and the lady goes, well, if I put her down, she's gone. I was like, what are we doing here? So I'm like, oh no. And she's like, do you want to hold her? I was like, I guess. So she has to like hand her to me in this towel, and I can feel Penny just like shivering, and like, I'm like, oh no, this is not a good idea. And the lady, she smartly walks away. She's like, I'll give you a few minutes with her. And I was like, I don't want this dog. And I call my brother. I call Paulie. He doesn't pick up because he's getting hammered at the Big Air event. So I call my brother in Vancouver, and I was like, hey, we got a problem here. This dog is broken. I'm like, what do we do? He goes, well, Paulie's really adamant that we get her because she's different than the other ones in her litter. And he goes, what's wrong with her? I'm like, well, she's drooling all over the place. I've never seen this before because we had Mia, my parents' old dog, and she was never like that. And I'm like, it feels like she's going to have a heart attack, and this dog is like 4 weeks old. And if I put her down, she's running away, and it's basically coyote meat. He goes, yeah, that's not good. But if anyone can fix her, it's mom. And I was like, yeah, good
that's
point.
Nice.
Eva G is just pure love. And then he goes, call Paul, see what he says. Call Paulie back, like second, third time. He finally picks up. He's like, what? I'm like, this dog is messed up. He goes, yeah, but I like it. Get it.
Oh, jeez.
I tell him everything.
Dropping the hammer, eh?
I told everything I told Mike, and he's like, well, I don't know. Mom could fix her.
There you go.
Okay, this is going to be a project. And sure enough, I'm like, she's staying at your place for the week until Christmas. And I had to like sneak to so I'm like, okay.
I remember the whole, when you gave it to her.
I told the lady, I'm like, okay, we'll take her. She's like, is she going to be okay? Will you be able to like rehabilitate her? I'm like, well, my mom loves dogs. My dad pretends to give them tough love, but he's a sucker for them. And I'm like, yeah, she's going to a good home. And she goes, okay, I'm going to keep up to date with you guys to see her progress. I'm like, okay, I'll buy her today. Can we pick her up in a week? And then she's got to stay at my brother's place. So I had to sneak to my parents' place, steal all of Mia's like cage, kennel, all of her dishes and everything. My dad was at home because he had retired, and he's like, oh, what are you doing? And I had just put everything into the car. I was like, oh, just stopping by. He's like, oh, you want a beer? I'm like, yeah.
Gotta have one now. That's why you pop by, yeah.
He's like, what were you doing? Were you in the backyard? I was like, no. I didn't go to the shed at all. And sure enough, she stayed at my brother's place. She was howling. She was like scared. She was pooping all over the place. And we got her to my parents at Christmas. My dad freaked out. My mom loved her. And now she's the best dog. So
there you go.
Yeah.
It's still funny though.
She's broken. But now she got neglected.
Yeah,
and
so she's come around now. She's like,
she didn't get physically abused, which we're very thankful for.
Yeah.
But a puppy mill, that's an awful place, obviously, for these animals. But now, like, Dusty, if you came to my parents' place or I brought Penny here, she would come up to you and she would go up to you like this, and you have to hug her. She loves affection.
She loves hugs.
Yeah.
You probably saved her life by taking her that day, buddy.
I hope so. Like,
You're a dog hero.
I love dogs.
Or Paulie
man.
is, because Paulie was drunk and just said, get her.
Just get her.
Get her.
I like that one. I'm like, oh, God, this idiot.
Oh, that's funny. All right, 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. The rookie says, hey, guys, speaking of Carolina earlier, what do you guys think of Kotkaniemi as a possible third-line center for the Oilers?
That would be an upgrade. Now, what's he making?
Okay, he makes 4.8.
That's the thing,
and he's been very mid for a while, and he's got 4.8 for 4 more years after this one. I hesitate. Like, would he be an upgrade? Well, the way he's playing this year, maybe not.
Yeah.
But he was another one of these Finnish guys that I fell in love with. He's picked by the Habs. You're just like, oh, this is the guy. They probably rushed him along too early, I think, out there. But at 4.8 mil for the next 4 years after this year, and for him to not kind of be your choice, let's say in free agency or something, as like this is he's available, so let's take a look at him.
Right.
I don't think that's ideal. So I would pass on Kotkaniemi.
Yeah.
But if he gets traded here, I will certainly love him like I do with most Finns.
Finns are their MO. They work hard. They love hard. They're very passionate. They could be stubborn, which I think sometimes is a good thing. They have skill. They'll play physical at times. Yeah, it's weird because remember he had when they did that the offer sheet and he went over and then he ends up taking less money in the next contract. That's never really a good sign. That's kind of
a horrible sign. Yeah,
regression, right? So
like Kotkaniemi this year's got 2 goals and 6 points in 25 games.
Yeah.
Last year 33. The year before 27. Had the 1 year in Carolina 43 points, 18 goals. But before that, it was 29. But the Habs, he had 20, 56, 8 and 36, 34 and 79. just, I mean, I always thought that he wasn't ready when they put him in the lineup as a rookie. Thought it was a little bit too soon, and I think he's still sort of having some problems with that one. And it's because he played the year, you play in the Finnish league, not like the junior leagues. You go, well, you've been playing against men.
Right.
And come over here and play against men, and it's just...
you know what that reminds me of?
A different level.
What's his name? Magnus PRV Svensson.
Oh, MPS.
MPS, yeah. Great guy.
Had that hat trick.
In the preseason.
In the preseason hat trick. I was like, this is the guy.
That was he was just a genuinely good human being.
He could wheel too.
Great skater.
Man, that guy could skate.
Yep.
That guy could skate for sure. But what's the prediction tonight, buddy? What do you think?
I
think they win by 2 or more.
I think they do win. The more I think about it and you hear about this flu bug, I'm leaning towards the Oilers are going to win tonight. But I really was not impressed with how things went and unfolded on Saturday night. And an 8th opportunity to finally have a win streak, and you don't grab a hold of the game, and that put me off a little bit, but I think they'll bounce back. Yeah. And if the hot poops are going around the Hawks right now, then those illnesses, man, they can crush a room and a team and affect performance. So, yeah.
Oilers on the puck line, as we call it. That would be the Oilers -1.5, which means for your bet to win, they have to win by 2 or more. That is +139. If you'd like to ride on that, you go over to playalberta.ca, click on NHL, and then scroll down, and you'll see the Oilers, and the puck line in the middle there is one of the options that you can get to. Tommy will get going with the GCL Diesel pregame show at 5:30 tonight. Post-game to follow as well, and then we'll be breaking it down tomorrow morning on the Nielson Show, but still 4.5 hours of coverage before then, starting with EST Afternoon. Zacticum, what's going on, buddy? What's coming down the pipe here?
Yeah, pretty wicked show on tap. Ben Pope from Chicago Sun-Times will be checking in to give a Blackhawks perspective.
Let's get a health update,
on the matchup.
Let's find out how they're doing,
Yeah, heading into the locker room and everything like that. Brian Diardo from CBS Sports to talk all things NFL. That was a wild card weekend. So Hernan and Gager will go over that and briefly gloss over the Saturday loss to the Kings and all the lineup changes for the Oilers heading into the game tonight.
What did you make of Draisaitl's clapper in the shootout?
I don't have as much of an issue
with
it
shaft,
as some people. It almost went in. Yeah, it caught above the blocker. It hit Forsberg's shaft. So I think he had picked a spot, and just the shaft got in the way. But would I prefer he of all people use those silky mitts and the long reach? Yeah, but he tried something. It didn't work. Crappy. They still pick up a point. McDavid's move wasn't great either.
No, I thought he would have just gone with the one that he's been crushing lately.
Yeah.
Hey, boom, tuck up top. Yeah, would have been good. All right, EST Afternoons is on the way. GCL Diesel with Tommy tonight, the pregame show at 5:30. Reed Wilkins show from 3 until 5:30. Of course, EST Afternoons is on the way next with Hernan and Gager. Oil Streams is brought to you by Boston Pizza, where every day is Pasta Tuesday in the month of January. Tommy will be at the Clairview BPs for pre- and post-game tomorrow night. Stick around for EST Afternoons if you're on TuneIn or iHeart or at EdmontonSportsTalk.com. It'll be coming up in less than 5 minutes. Turn on autoplay on YouTube. That'll take you right on over there as well. For Tom Gazzola, I am Dustin Nielson. Thank you very much for joining us on the Oil Stream. Take it easy.